2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready.
You got people from the community, and that's what Straight Talk is. It's the show that cares about you. The information comes from you, the people, to the people. So we have a wonderful program this evening. We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy each other. And I want to say this too. For all the viewing audience that's viewing us on social media and here in the audience, Straight Talk, do not take this for granted. It is a blessing. It is an honor for you to be sitting in these seats right now. It's an honor for you to be tuning in on social media with us. We do not take that for granted. I just want everybody to know that. So let's enjoy each other. Hit us up on Facebook, continue the social medias. And again, Straight Talk is a show that cares about you. And speaking about a lady that cares about you, Dr. Joyce Harris. Please welcome Dr. Joyce Harris, everybody. Dr. Joyce Harris, she is a pioneer in our community. She's going to be sharing a little bit about Kwanzaa with us, what Kwanzaa means, and then about some of the celebrations that's going on within the state. Please, again, welcome Dr. Joyce Harris.
So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for inviting me to be on the show and talk about Kwanzaa. How many of you have celebrated Kwanzaa or know what Kwanzaa is? Okay, there we go. So it was created in 1966 by Dr. Maulana Karenga. And it's really a celebration of African and African American history and culture. Dr. Karenga, he's a scholar. He is really a scholar. He was concerned that African Americans in the United States didn't really have a holiday that was a celebration of who we are. And so he did a lot of studying. He wanted to connect it to our African culture and our heritage. So he studied many of the communities on the continent of Africa to see which celebrations were consistent, that were collaborative. And one of the things he found is that in African communities, they celebrated the harvest. And that was so important because, unlike over here where, you could run down to Freddy's or Safeway, you can't do that on the continent.
They had to go get theirs.
You had to plant your own crops.
Yes.
And it was a communal thing. The village, the people in the village all worked together to tend the crops, to water the crops. And what's so important about harvest celebrations is that if you can think about some of the communities around the world today, if there's a drought and there's no water for the crops to grow, what happens to the people?
Right, they starve.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, they starve.
They starve because they have no food. And so in many of the communities in Africa, when the harvest came about, and many of the harvest celebrations happen around this time of the year because of the climate. And so Dr. Karenga said, well, that would be something we could celebrate. And so he set out to create this holiday. And people need to understand, on the continent of Africa, there's not a holiday called Kwanzaa, but our brothers and sisters over there do celebrate Kwanzaa. I've done my own research and study, and I've seen Kwanzaa celebrations in Paris, done in French. One of the ones that really impressed me was in the Caribbean. And like up here, I have one of the symbols of Kwanzaa is the kinara, or the candle holder.
So each one of those candles, do they represent?
They represent a principle.
Can you share a little bit with that?
Sure, sure. But in the Caribbean, you know what they use as a kinara?
What's that?
The sand on the beach.
Sand on the beach.
Yeah, so they put the candles in the sand. So these are the symbols of Kwanzaa. I'm gonna try to go through these. Kwanzaa is a 7-day celebration. It starts on December 26th and it ends on January 1st. Now, Dr. Karenga, being the genius that he is, said every holiday has to have symbols, has to have meaning.
Yeah.
So he identified these symbols. This is the kinara, or the candle holder, and he felt like the candle holder was important because it represents the stalk, the original stalk that we all came from. And if you know your history, if you know your culture, archaeologically, the earliest finds of what was eventually became the humankind, were found in East Africa. The first woman was African. They call her the African Eve, in the Afars Isas region in Ethiopia. But you know what the Ethiopians called her? They called her Dinknesh, which means you are wonderful. So Dr. Karenga went back and he researched all that. And so this represents the original stalk. This is the kinara. But what was really important to Dr. Karenga is that the celebration should also include some principles, some values that should guide the way in which we live. So we have 7 candles up here.
Okay.
And each candle represents one of the principles. The first candle, the black candle, it represents umoja. And the language of Kwanzaa is Swahili, Kiswahili. Umoja means to strive for and maintain unity in our family, community, nation, and race. And during our Kwanzaa celebration, so on Thursday night, I open up with the Kwanzaa program honoring Umoja, or unity.
Ms. Harris, where can they catch that program so they can?
Matt Dishman. 4 o'clock, from 4 to 6 p.m. Please come. It's a nice celebration. And this year, I wanted to really focus on unity in our community. And so I'm wanting us to think about a blueprint for unity. What can we do in our families, in our community, and nationally to create and maintain unity in our families, our communities, our nations, and our race? Then we have the 6 other candles. And what we do each night, we start with the black candle, and then we go to the red, the green, the red, the green. The second principle is kujichagulia, which means self-determination, to name ourselves, speak for ourselves, and define ourselves instead of letting other people do it for us. The third principle is ujima, collective work and responsibility. And what that teaches us is that we need to build and maintain our community together and to solve our brothers and sisters' problems together and to achieve them together. The fourth principle is ujamaa, which means cooperative economics, to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses and to profit from them together. The fifth principle of Kwanzaa is nia, or purpose, to make as our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. And the sixth principle, one of my favorites, is kuumba, which means creativity, which means to do as much as we can in the way that we can to leave our communities more beautiful and more beneficial than we inherited them.
That's beautiful.
And then the sixth principle is imani, and that brings it all together. Imani means faith. Faith means to believe with all our hearts in our teachers, our leaders, our parents, and to understand that our struggle is righteous and we need to look forward to the victory of that struggle. So like we talk about lift every voice and sing till victory is won. And so that kind of feeds off of that principle. So this year's theme, every year Dr. Karenga comes up with a theme. And this year's theme is living the 7 principles for all seasons. And so that's what I'm encouraging people to do. Now we have 5 programs scheduled this year. And I'm gonna date myself now.
That's okay.
I've been coordinating the Kwanzaa community events here in Portland since 1971.
That's a clap praise on that. Yes. That's a clap praise.
And what we have, in the beginning, we had a school that I co-founded, the Black Educational Center. And we would do every day of Kwanzaa, 7 days. And then I always wondered why I would be so tired on January 2nd. Well, that was it.
Right.
And then eventually we became almost a victim of our success, because people did what we wanted them to do, celebrated at home.
Okay.
And so people had the luxury of picking and choosing which nights they could come out, but I didn't have that luxury. Many of us in the organization did it, but that was fine. But now we've evolved to the point where there are organizations and individuals who have come on board, and they do the program. They schedule a program. I do the candle lighting. I do the explanation of all the principles, and just kind of coach them on, if they want some advice. So Friday, February, I'm talking about February, December 27th.
That's the first day.
That's the second day.
Is that the day you're going to be, the second, what's the first day you light the
December
candle?
26th.
Okay.
Well, each night you light a candle.
So anybody who wants to come out when you light the candle, that's the first day?
The first day we light the black candle.
Black candle, okay.
The second day the red, and then we go to the green the next day. So the second night of Kwanzaa will be held at Umoja House,
Okay.
which is on Northeast 17th and Alberta Street. And that's being sponsored by LifeWorks Network. And they do a really nice program because they bring in a jazz band, Brother Eugene Rashad and the Why Not Band.
Okay.
And Sister Lurleen cooks a big old pot of gumbo.
Oh, okay.
And it's free.
What day is that?
That is Friday, December 27th.
Yes,
That's
okay.
Kujichagalia night.
Kujichagalia.
The third night, the third day is pretty packed this year because the city of Portland's North Portland Branch Library, they always do a program that's focused on, bringing in the children, has storytelling. I do my little thing. I enjoy that day because I like to get involved with the kids, have them dancing and singing. So that will be from 11 to 1 p.m. at 512 North Killingsworth, right up there in back of Jefferson High School.
Okay.
Then later on that day, one of the newer partners is the City of Portland has a diverse and empowered employees program. And they approached me some years ago and said, Ms. Harris, we want to be a part of this. And so it has really grown. They're going to have a heck of a program. This year I talked to them about looking at maybe using SEI, self-enhancement. So it's going to be at self-enhancement, starts at 4 o'clock, it goes from 4 to 7. There's going to be a dance troupe there. They have good food. They have poetry, the 503 sliders. I mean, it's just a wonderful celebration. On Sunday, the 5th day, that is Sister Sherelle Edwards. She's doing it at Maranatha Church, and that is from 5 to 7. Yeah, 5 to 7. And she's going to do something on building community.
Okay.
And so that is it. And then on the last day of Kwanzaa, which is January 1st, I encourage people to spend the day with your friends and your family, making sure that you think about the principles and how you breathe life into them in your community. And then he's given me the sign.
Okay.
But one of the other symbols that's important are the ears of corn. And you should have an ear of corn for every child in your household to put on your Kwanzaa table.
Well, Dr. Joyce Harris, we thank you. Dr. Joyce, it's a pleasure. I know you said, she said don't call her doctor.
No, it's okay. I've gotten used to it.
She got used to it, yes. Joining us, coming up next, we're going to have a representative from the DATI Institute, Dr. Audrey Terrell, and she's going to be presenting a young lady from the University of Kansas with the E.J. Holifield Award. So stay right there. It's powerful. Again, Dr. Joyce Harris.
Thank you. Okay.
Welcome to another edition of Straight Talk. Straight Talk cares. It's the show that cares about you. And I always have to put this out there because the information comes from the people to the people. And we have some information that's coming from a person, actually two people. We have Dr. Audrey Terrell from the DATI Institute, and she's going to be presenting a young lady all the way from the University of Kansas, Kavina Davis, with the E.J. Holifield Award. Please welcome. Dr. Terrell?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
We're going to get right into this.
Yes.
We're going to talk about how the E.J. Holifield
Yes.
works,
Mhm.
and then we're going to present it. And then I want to do something special and bring those parents up because
Yes.
they're here. So I want
Yes.
to be a part of this. As a matter of fact, how would you two feel about if you came and stood behind her while they're presenting this award? Can I get you to do that? Yes, please. And I'm going to
Take the highest quality coffee beans and tea leaves, infuse them with nutrient-rich MCT oil and Ramon seeds, and then add the natural power of CBD. What do you get? You get oxygen, the most delicious and perhaps healthiest cup of coffee or tea you have ever tasted. Our line of premium CBD coffees and teas takes quality and flavor to the next level. We start by sourcing the very best Colombian and Costa Rican coffee beans in organic fair trade tea. We then infuse them with our signature blend of metabolism-boosting MCT oil and antioxidant-rich Ramon seeds. Finally, once the roasting process is complete, we add U.S.-grown cannabidiol, or CBD, which is shown to reduce inflammation, ease anxiety, and improve overall well-being. In fact, each cup of our oxygen coffee and tea contains 15 milligrams of certified THC-free CBD. Experience the difference with Oxygen CBD coffee and tea.
right here. I'm gonna get a hot mic, and then that way I can talk with these young people, and be right there. Okay, Dr. Terrell, please explain to us how the E.J. Holifield Award came about.
I'm Dr. Audrey Terrell, and I created an institute in 2015. And it was just to expose kids with opportunity, the underserved kids, on what opportunities. We go to Black colleges. We went last year to Texas A&M and Prairie View A&M, and this year we went to Morehouse and Spelman. So in the beginning, in 2015, there was a young lady and a young man, EJ and his sister Brea, and they went everywhere with us. We went up to Tacoma, to the Evergreen State College up there. Dr. Mims is the founder. We went up there 5 or 6 times, and we went to various opportunities where the fraternities they met in Portland. We took a group of kids, and where the eye doctors they met. I took kids, let them see what opportunities they have in life. Well, EJ was 12 years old at the time, very active and lively. He'd be in the truck and keep the conversation. Nothing was not lively around EJ, but he was so encouraging to all of us. And so Kavina was one of our early attendees. Today we have a Division I, which is a college student, and we have a Division II, which is the high school students. At that time, she was in high school. Kavina was in high school, and she was active, and she was in the back of the truck going with everybody else. And so, unfortunately, we lost EJ to an illness. And we'll never forget EJ. He had a lot to do with the creation and the making and the forcefulness of the Dr. Audrey Terrell Institute. So the past 3 years, we have been giving out scholarships. The first 2 years, we gave out 1 scholarship. But we're growing. I got 9 high schools now. We're growing where we're giving out 2 scholarships to kids in Division I and Division I and 1 in Division II. Katrina Davis has been at the University of Kansas, and she just came home for the holidays. And we want her to know that we're proud of her. We've already given out Division II to Monty Van. He's attending Mount Hood. But Katrina came home for the holidays. We're running late behind, but we understand that you're very busy at the University of Kansas. She's a senior, majoring in
anthropology
and
AAAS.
And she's getting ready to work on her PhD.
Let's give her a
We
clap
are
praise
very
on that.
proud of her.
Let's give her a clap praise on that. And you have the parents. You have the parents here.
Yes, these are the
And when you present that, I want, if you don't mind, I want y'all. If y'all don't mind, y'all, that's okay. That's a sun drop. Touch that scholarship as she presents this to this young lady, because It's on your
Yes.
son's behalf. So Dr. Terrell, if you kind of turn around
Yes.
and Kavina, you could turn around and they can touch that and they can present this to her.
In
Go
memory.
ahead. Go ahead, Dr.
In
Terrell.
memory of E.J. Holifield. You are the recipient of the E.J. Holifield Scholarship Award. It ain't a whole lot, but we plan to continue to follow you wherever you go. You have our full support. Call us all semester long. Whatever you need, you're welcome. We will do anything. We are proud of you, sister. We've watched you the past 4 years, and we're going to watch you the rest of the years as you academically increase, whatever we can do. So congratulations on being
I just want to ask the parents before you go. To have that name after your son, what's that feeling like for you? Either one of you.
It feels like a blessing because EJ was really into school and band, and he was a really bright kid, and he was very, very likable.
Okay.
And I don't say that just because he's my kid. He
Sure,
was very
yeah.
likable.
Okay.
But it feels nice to know that he's remembered, and
Okay.
every time, whenever she looks at a name EJ, she'll remember my son. So that will be nice, and all the kids that have gotten him, they'll remember him in a really special way.
Absolutely. So you have a few words you want to say?
Yeah. We really do appreciate that, keeping the name of our beloved son, the memory of our beloved son, alive.
Great.
Yeah.
The parents of E.J. Holifield, Dr. Audrey Terrell of DATI Institute, and the recipient and the awardee, Kavina Davis of the E.J. Holifield. Let's give them a good hand. When we come back, we're going to be joined with a young lady. She's an author, and she just wrote a book. Well, not just wrote a book, but has a book out, and it's called "Do You See What I See?" Dr. Toni Gatlin. I'm claiming Dr. for. Okay, we'll be right back. Stay there. Come back. Okay. The E.J. Holifield family, Dr. Audrey Terrell of the DATI Institute, and the awardee Kavina Davis. She wrote a few books, but the one we're going to start talking about is "Do You See What I See?" Please welcome Toni Gatlin, A.K. Mama T. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mama
Thank
T.
you.
I'm going to just go with Mama T.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
But also, you shared something with me when we were talking on the phone, and you asked me, "Is it okay if your husband sits with you?"
Right.
Because you always do things together. Is he here?
Yes, he is.
Sir, would you join us? Come on down. Yeah. Because I said, don't let Straight Talk be the one to separate you. So come on, please welcome Mama T. Come on, sir. Have a seat. I have another. Yes. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hand this to you,
Okay.
and then that way, if you say something, you mic'd up, all right?
Okay.
Let's go. Is it Papa T? Papa D.
Papa Walter.
Papa Walter. Okay. Well, it's a blessing for both of you, because when she said, "Is it okay if my husband be on there?" I said, "Yeah, don't let it Straight Talk separate you." So I'm glad you was here and you're here with her for that support that she needs, because it was very important to her that you be a part of this. So thank you, sir, and welcome. Okay. So do you see what I see?
Right.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about this book and what motivated you?
Okay. Well, this is the second edition. We had the first edition. This is the second edition.
Okay.
So this is the actual book.
Okay.
What you're holding there is a booklet, and it deals with the first P. This book is based off of 4 Ps.
Okay.
And it's all centered around God's love.
Yes.
And through his son, Jesus Christ.
Right.
And it transcends color, race, creed, or anything.
Absolutely.
Because God is the creator of everybody.
Everybody, yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. I'm looking at this cover.
Mhm.
Who designed this? 'Cause I know it's some talent.
Yeah.
gift that went into this.
Well, our kids.
Okay.
The eyes on the cover is our daughter's eyes, and she tweaked it a little bit. I had
Let me see that.
yeah.
I'm gonna get a big.
Yeah.
When you get a chance, get
yeah.
a copy of a shot of that. Yes, go ahead.
Mhm, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so, and then we had, I saw what I wanted to see,
Uh-huh.
and I just told and shared that with her, and I believe with my son too. And then they just kind of came up with that. My son, he's here in the audience too. But
What's his name?
Well, he's right there, Franklin. But
Franklin. Let's give Franklin a shout out. Franklin. Yeah. Absolutely. Go ahead. Go. I think Papa B.
W.
W.
Yeah, Walter.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not Papa. You
Papa
just
Walter.
Papa Walters.
Yeah.
He want to say a little something. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
sir. I saw you holding that mic up there. You was going to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't expect this, but I'm happy to be here sharing this privilege with my lovely wife,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mama T.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't expect it, but I'm always prepared
Okay.
to give her a good word.
Right.
Amen.
Well, we appreciate you being here.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
and you said somebody else.
Well, the graphics in the back of the book, he did that. Franklin did that.
Okay, Franklin.
They're all gifted. They have a talent for art, and they see things. And so between our whole family involved in it, that's how we got the cover, and that's how we got the graphics.
Now you mentioned somebody else was involved.
Yes. Well, the graphics in the back of the book.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen those, but Franklin's made those.
Okay.
And then our daughter Octavia, she did the
Is she here?
front cover. No, she said.
Well, let's give a shout out for Octavia. I believe they're giving people their roses
Yeah.
at all times.
But she did write this book too.
Look at this here. This
So
is
she
called
wrote that, yeah.
See the Future.
Yeah. So she did write that book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But you know what? I want to
Yes.
say something.
Okay.
I was reading the book. Yes, I read the book. And there was a part in there
Okay.
that you open up your personal experience. And it was about abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not getting too personal, well, it's in the book. I think if you spoke to that a little bit, because it's happening right now,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit, because our time is short, unfortunately, but we're going to have you back. A little bit how it happened, and how and where the power for you to get out of it and to own it, because you had to own it from what the book was saying, and to share with somebody that you didn't want to share with, because somebody's going through that right now.
Sure. Sure.
Please.
Well, I guess I would just say, growing up with an abusive step-grandfather, sexually and verbally, for a long period of time, and keeping it hidden and secret until God, before I knew God personally, allowed me to reveal that to my grandmother. She's the one that raised me. And I just thank God that she believed me, because I didn't realize when this happened and after it happened that a lot of people that are sexually abused or verbally abused, when they do tell the closest person that they think they can share this with, a lot of them aren't believed.
Okay.
And I didn't realize
Yes.
that, but she believed me, and
Yes.
I thank God for her. But through all that, the Lord had called me to expose this, but I kind of didn't want anybody to know.
Right.
But through this book and just realizing how free I was in Christ Jesus, I found out that if anyone is in Christ, you're a brand new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things become new.
Right.
So because I knew that I was beginning to see myself the way God saw me, that transcend the things of the past, that didn't identify who I really was. What identified me was who God saw me, that I was fearfully and wonderfully made. And so because of that, the Lord helped me to get my eyes off of me and start seeing what he had done and how he had forgiven me when he died for me, and then how I could use that to help other people that might be feeling the way I was at one point where I didn't want to share. So I just praise God for that. Now we have a women's fellowship where we can open up and share things, and we're watching healing taking place because of God's great love for us.
Right. And I want to touch on something, and I thought it was so powerful in the book, that you went to someone and told your story. Can you share a little bit about what that felt like to be able to do that? Because we have men and women, young people going through that and won't tell somebody.
Yeah. Well, it's just that I guess you just come to a place where, like, I wanted to be free.
Because you was going through high school, your grades was dropping.
Oh, boy.
And you was having a tough time.
Yeah, I was having a tough time. And but I guess you just get to a point, there's a point in your life that you come to the point that you really want to figure out what's life all about.
Right.
Why am I here? What's my purpose? And I got tired of depression. I got tired of being just really negative. And I got tired of, there was just something inside me that I knew that there was more to life.
Right.
And as I turned to God, he's the one revealed to me and brought a lot of people in my life to get that book done, to help me to be able to be transparent and even open. In that book over there, the yellow one, Thinking Thankful Thoughts, that came from 13 years ago when we lost my beloved son.
Our condolences to you.
Frank's brother, his twin. And that was a horrible thing that happened to our family. But, you know, through even that, the Lord helped me to learn how to be thankful, to look at the good things that I had, having my son, and realizing that depression and sexual abuse, different thing, hits a lot of people. So now I'm open now. Now I can share that these things that happen, we can really turn to God and watch him help us to get rid of those toxic negative thoughts that hold us back, which really comes from Satan. So I just show people where the root of the problem is, and it's all between the ears, and we have the power to choose life or death. Deuteronomy 30:19 says, I've given you life, blessings and cursings. I've given you life or death, but you get to choose life. And if you choose life, which is God, then you and your family can live. And so now I have a better relationship with my family, with my son, with my husband, and because I'm free now. Toni, I'm free.
I want to touch on something too. It was I'm regressing a little bit. It was the journey. It was someone you met in Portland that started you. Your two came together and kind of helped start the ministry that you started.
Oh, right here.
Okay. I said,
is that who you're talking about?
I want you to. I'm just the host. I want you to share that. What that was like for you.
Well, my husband, we've been married 33 years, something like that.
You got to get it right. What'd you say?
33 years this June 28th, 2020.
Yeah, that brother knows.
Yeah. At 5 o'clock p.m. I'm married.
He said 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know specifically.
I was going there. Yes.
But my husband, the Lord brought us together.
Okay.
And we are so opposite, but yet we have so much in common. And I think the thing I really love about him is that even though he's not the natural biological father to our children, but our children love him. He loves them, and they respect him because he loves me. And so we have a really unique blending relationship, but it's all because of God. It's just God.
God did it.
Praise on that. You know why? Because I don't, like you said, how many years ago? 33?
Yeah,
33 years, you stepped in there.
Yeah. With 4 kids.
33. You know, that's symbolic and everything, people that's in it, all of that. But you stepped in there as a man. As a man, you stepped in there and held your ground. And she said they respect you. So that says a lot about you as a person. So we honor you on that. We certainly honor you on that. Absolutely. And I know you want to say a few little words. What were you going to say? Well, we're in church. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, my wife is reminding me that we
have something for you, but we don't want to forget it before we get off.
We'll bring that up. But getting back to what you said, what made the difference in my life is when I surrendered my life to Christ.
Okay.
He did it.
Amen.
And that's it.
Amen.
He said he did it, and that's it.
2 minutes.
Yes. Okay. Now somebody, I want to give a shout out to a young lady that gave me a call by way of her grandmother. I think I'm getting this right. Miss Audrey Hart.
Yes.
And the lady contacted me, my name,
mother.
Jerry Hart. So let's give her a clap.
Jerry's
in the audience. Jerry's in the audience right there. Yes.
And then we have something for you.
Oh, bless your
heart. We have a gift for you.
Oh, bless your
heart. It's an autographed copy of some books and some things in there for you.
Everybody's going on with a book.
Autographed book.
Everybody.
And so I don't know how we're going to give that out.
But
we have a copy for everybody. Jerry and Lydia have those there. And so I just want to say thank you for allowing us to come here and share this.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. I'm gonna grab your mic. I want to go ahead and talk to Miss Jerry real quick.
Okay.
We got a couple minutes.
Okay.
And if we can get a camera shot, swing around here. Miss Jerry, please stand up. On behalf of Miss Audrey Hart, Jerry Hart contacted me. What made you contact us? We was a blast, but gave us a call.
Yes, Toni, you've been a friend of our family, and I knew that if we called you, that you would be open to bringing Mama T on and listening to what she has to say, especially about her book and the things that are in her book that are so important, that leading people to Christ is so important. And we wanted to talk about that.
But we thank you for calling Straight Talk, because it is a show that cares about you. Okay, thank you. Give her a clap, praise. Give her a clap, praise. When we come back, we're going to go over to the mic. And this young lady is going to share her vocal gift with us. Shamira McGee, when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen. Again, give a clap, praise for Mama T. Papa Walter. Let's go over to the open mic. I'm gonna walk over here. If it's camera people, please work with me. Go ahead and share your gift and talent.
Okay.
Please give a clap praise for Miss McGee. Share me.
They said it was over. They said I was through. But I missed the wreckage and something began to move. My arms push me upwards, shake debris off my back. My legs feel they're broken, but yeah, here still I stand. Fire is on every side of me. It's lit a flame inside of me. Night and day, He's guiding me. Oh, oh, and I will keep on trying, and I will slay my giant, and I'm willing to be, and I will see it come. Oh, 'cause I will.
Come on. Yeah. Yes. Joining me, let me see if I can get this right. I have
Aemri.
Aemri.
Yes.
Aemri is a student from the University of Washington
State
University.
Washington State University.
She's also working on her bachelor's in humanity and psychology.
Yeah.
Psychology. And she's also working on being a fashion designer.
Mm.
She's also president of the Black People
United.
Yeah. And she's also a member of the NAACP. Let's give her a clap there. She's busy. Yeah. And sitting next to her, we're gonna get to that young man. This young man is rated in the top 100 running backs in the nation. He's also was named Offensive Player of the Year. Please help me welcome Jalynnee McGee. See, I don't mind getting some help. But we're gonna start right here, and then we're gonna get to you, football player. Yeah. Where do you get all that energy from?
Honestly, I don't know. I think I have a lot of support from my parents, my mom especially.
What's their names? Not being too personal.
Angela Jenkins is my mother.
Let's give Angela. Is Angela here?
No, she's
Let's
not
give
here.
her a clap. Praise.
She's watching though.
Yes.
So she kind of put me in position to be a part of a lot of these organizations.
Okay.
And then I was able to meet people on my own and be able to advocate for myself, to be able to put myself in these positions. So school was just something that I knew I wanted to do. I knew I was gonna do that. I'm about a year away from graduation.
Clap praise. Yes.
And then art is just something that I've always done. So it's really important for me to continue to do that. And
now on the arts,
yeah.
Explain, because it's not just arts.
Yeah.
You got a little extra something going on with your art. So share with the audience in social media what your art is all about.
Yeah. So my art, I really try to focus on the Black figure, the Black form, and Black women especially. So I've got some pieces here.
What that?
Well,
let's bring them up. I'll hold them up if necessary.
There's this one.
Up to the right here. Whenever the camera people get a shot of it. Yes. Go Go ahead and explain a little bit about this piece here.
So it took me a couple of months to do that one, actually, because I just wasn't sure where I wanted to do it or what I wanted to do. I started with the background, and then I really just kind of built from there. I usually find images in magazines or of celebrities, and then I kind of put them together and use inspiration just from the women that I see every day around me. So her makeup and her hair and everything like that are things that I've seen just every day in the way that Black women are beautiful and need to be portrayed. And so, yeah.
Yes, go ahead. I will clap too, but I'm holding it. Right. Yes, absolutely. Clap praise. Always.
So it's acrylic on canvas, and it's a medium I'm really comfortable working with. I also do fashion design, so it's a little bit different.
Oh my goodness.
And face painting, which is really fun. But that's something that I do for kids. A part of what I want to do is work with kids and work teaching kids art. So that's where it all comes
So you have
from.
another piece there?
This one is just a little bit more of a fun piece. These are usually ones that I sell or turn into prints to go onto T-shirts and clothes and stuff like that. So it's it's something that I found interesting. I usually I pick one thing and then I do a series of them. So there's about 3 or 4 paintings very similar to that, and then a whole bunch of sketches and drawings to go along with it.
Okay.
It's just color expression.
This is kind of your comfort zone here. Let's get into your political piece of you.
Okay.
The advocate part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about President of the Black People's
United. Yeah.
Yes.
Our school has a Black People United, which at other campuses is called the Black Student Union. So basically, I was the activities coordinator last year. I've always served on as an executive member of the group, and then was voted in as president for this year.
Clap praise. I know I got to give you clap praise. Yes, we have to give people their roses where they can smell them and feel them right now. Okay, yes.
Yeah. So I plan events on campus and within the community, and that's how I was able to meet the vice president of our local branch of the NAACP over in Vancouver.
Her name?
Jasmine.
Let's give Jasmine a praise out there at the end of the team, because they're doing some fighting over there right now. There's some tough times going over there.
Yeah, they're very involved.
Yes.
And so I was able to apply for a job there, and I'm actually the community volunteer outreach coordinator for the NAACP as of yesterday.
That's a yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's just all in continuing efforts to support my community and support students of color and support women of color and be able to have that representation, because I didn't have it when I was in middle school and in high school. A lot of girls to look up to, so I want to be that for a lot of other people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's powerful. That's powerful. Now, I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay.
Okay. So please stay right here. But I want to go over to this young man here, running back in the top 100 in the nation. In the nation.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the grades had to be right?
Yeah.
Huh? He said, yes. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome. I looked at some of your statistics, but I'm going to get to those there. But I want to go to the fact that people don't realize that at one time your career was almost over. You was on sideline.
I tore all the ligaments in my right foot, all on the right foot, but the left side of my right foot. So I couldn't walk for about 4 months. I was at a cast on for the first 3. And then once I got into my boot, then I still couldn't put pressure on it because there was still a screw in my foot. And then I finally got the screw taken out in January of this year. And I was finally able to walk in February. And so a lot of it was just physical training and then just working out as much as possible to get the strength back into my foot. And there was like a lot of times where it was just like, I don't even know if I will be able to play again completely, like get back to where I was. But right before the season started is when I started to run again. So it was the month of the start of the season or I started to be able to run. So I didn't know how this season was going to go.
Right.
So I was kind of nervous for the season,
Right.
but it ended up being my best high school season. So I was really happy.
I want to talk a little bit as a young man. What did that feel like to look at the possibilities of your career gone and to keep motivating so you could come back? What was that like for you?
It was hard.
Yes.
Because there was always days where I was just like, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't
Right.
want to go to physical training. Like, it was just like, I really just wanted to lay in bed and just sit there. But it kind of got to the point where I thought about it and I was like, this is a sport I love. Like, if I want to get back, then I can't just sit down and do nothing. Like, I actually have to keep working for it. So being able to overcome it was like really good. Like, after the first game of this season, it was like eye-opening, and I had a really good game. So it was like, I thought about it, and since we traveled up north on the bus ride back, it was kind of just like, I was like amazed with myself just because
right.
I didn't.
You're back.
It wasn't what I was expecting.
Yes, yeah.
But
Now, was that the game where you scored 5 touchdowns and you wanted 6 and the coach pulled you out?
no, the very first game I had 4.
Oh, he said I had 4.
But that game that you're talking about was our second to last game of the season. It was the first round of playoffs.
Right.
But I tried to. The school record was 6, and I tied that.
Okay.
And I wanted to get 7 because
7. You want to get 7 in the game.
I wanted to break the school record.
Right?
But my coaches pulled me out.
What was that like? Because I know the athlete in you wanted to hit that record and break it. When that coach pulled you out, touch a little bit about that, and how was you able to just hold your composure?
I kind of,
because I know you had to hold it because you wanted that 7.
I was like in my coach's ear. I was like, Coach, let me go in.
Let me go.
But so it was. I wanted it, but like the running back that was in the game, because my shoulder, I've had a shoulder injury since week 8.
Okay.
So it was like my coach didn't want me to take another hit.
Right.
And so I understood why they want to leave me out. And so I was like, okay, like I understood that. And so I just started laughing with my coaches.
And what's that nickname? They got a nickname for you too, Hyundai?
Houdini.
Houdini.
Yeah.
They call him Houdini because he's magical. I'm going to hit some of his statistics. 175 carries for 1,282 yards, 28 touchdowns, 67 overall in the state of Washington, and rated in the top 100 running backs in the nation. That's powerful, brother. That's powerful. Now, it's an honor to see young people doing what each one of you are doing. And whatever Straight Talk can do, we have a platform for here. There's people in this audience that will be more than willing to help you, to support you. Whatever we can do, please let us know. And when you get that Heisman, you got to come back. Give us that praise for it. Look at, okay, yeah, they was just showing you stiff arming somebody. You remember that game there?
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to be joined with media. It's going to be David Little. David Little's going to be on the mic. Come back with us. We're going to be right back, okay? My pleasure.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Oh, go ahead.